REM stage, rapid eye movement. In this stage, we dream, and it approximately takes 90 minutes for these four stages to complete. And whenever we have a sleep of this 90 minutes, we say that we have completed one sleep cycle. And normally, in one sleep, we complete 7 to 8 sleep cycles. So now I want to tell you, why do we dream? So to answer this question, some researchers did a research in 1950, and they took some rats, they made them pass through a maze, and after some time, each and every rat knew the whole path of that maze. They had a very clear vision of that maze. And then after this, the researchers let the rats to sleep, but they did not allow the rats to reach the last stage, the stage in which we dream. And just because of that, no rat was able to pass that maze. Even they had the clear picture of mind, a clear picture in their mind of that maze, but still they were completely blank because they did not dream. And this is the same thing that happens with we human beings. So you must have a good sleep before a big day. Now I'd like to move on to the most important part: how can we do lucid dreaming? So the very first thing is, studies have shown that 55% of people get an opportunity to do lucid dreaming once in their entire lifetime. But the problem is, when they are doing lucid dreaming, they become so excited that they wake up. And even I have experienced that. So the very first thing is, you don't have to be too much excited. You have to control your excitement. The next step is maintain your dream diary. By dream diary, I mean, like, whenever you wake up after sleeping, you have to write down your dreams on paper as much detailed as possible. And it should be the first thing that you do in a day, because we forget most of our dreams in under 10 minutes after waking up. So you have to do this. This has to be the first task in your entire day. The next thing is that you can do some reality checks. Reality checks means that you have to check through entire day that are you in reality or are you dreaming. You have to question this yourself. And if you do so, then you will have an habit to check that are you dreaming or are you sleeping. And when you are in dream, since it is your habit, you will ask the question to yourself, you will do some reality checks, and in that case you will find that I am dreaming, and then you can do lucid dreaming. But how do we do reality checks? So for reality checks, you can have a clock, and throughout the day you have to give frequent looks on your watch and see if the time moves fast or slow. It means you are dreaming. Or you can even try jumping, or you can even try pinching yourself. This is very famous. And one more thing you can do is look at your hands and legs every time, and that will, if they are normal, then you are in reality, and if they are not normal, it means you are in dreams. And apart from reality checks, you can also practice wake back to bed, WBTB. This says that whenever you are going to sleep, before sleeping, set a timer for 5 hours, and after the timer rings, you have to wake up, do a task that makes you the most focused, and after that, do that thing for half an hour, and after half an hour, go back to bed, try to sleep, and continuously think the dream that you want to dream, and most probably you will dream your desired dream. And lucid dreaming is, studies have shown that you can even practice something in your dreams, like you can practice public speaking in your dreams, and even prepare for your examinations. But lucid dreaming has some dark side too. Like when you do WBTB, you can also hamper your sleep, and in return it will hamper your health. And in extreme cases, you can also get into derealization. Derealization is when you are in reality, but still you think that you are dreaming. But these are just in extreme cases, and normally we common people do not go through that. And I would like to conclude my speech now with one interesting fact, that Sir Albert Einstein, proposed the theory of relativity after being inspired by one of his dreams. Thank you.
Yeah. Uh, yes, it was a wonderful, presentation by Aniket. Hello everyone. This is Ankit in front of you, and I welcome you all in a brand new week. The topic that I've decided to speak about is the inequality virus. This report. I mean, this topic is all about a report by an international organization, Oxfam International. So they did this research during pandemic when this virus that we've seen just a short while ago was wreaking havoc all across the world. That's why the report is named the inequality virus, because during inequality we've seen so many inequality coming on the surface. And if I give you some popular statements, because the most incisive and hard hitting comment came from none other than United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He said that this pandemic has been linked to an X-ray which has shown us, which has exposed the skeleton and fragile skeleton like societies that we've built. A society where this pandemic were exposing fallacies and falsehood everywhere. If you see, for example, there is a lie that a free economy will serve or give a good health care to all. It's a lie. The delusion that we are living in a post-racist world. The myth that unpaid work is not a work. There is one more fiction that if you see, we are all in the same boat. That is also fiction, because while we are floating on the same sea, it is very much clear that some of us are riding on a super yacht, but some of them are clinging to a drifting debris. So these were the gaping holes that this pandemic has brought on. People were very much, and India has been no exception. If you see, we've faced what do you call that? This migration issue. I mean, these migrant laborers were moving from one city to another, and they faced so many hardships during that. So these hardships, and not only that, if you see our healthcare system that crumbled, the challenges were unprecedented during pandemic. So that's why this report very much focuses, or it exposes like an X-ray that shows that, look at, this is where the society is fractured. Look, this is where the society needs attention. So that is what this pandemic was trying to do in one sense, although we all went through this, I would say it's a time reference before pandemic and after pandemic. Like we have, a birth of Christ, before the birth of Christ, and there is after the birth of Christ. So it's like that. It is a defining moment for humans. It changed the way we were, taking our lifestyle for granted. It did ask us to, talk about these glaring gaps, between the rich and the poor. So these are the basics that this international organization has tried to do, to brought attention of people all across the world, not only people, but the people with some power, like the world leaders. They can bring changes. They can work from now in direction to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. Because inequality not only, it's a vicious circle. If you are poor, it means that you are not having enough wealth to fulfill the basic desires of your family. For example, education, healthcare, 3 square meals. These are all basic requirements for a family. So if you are not having money, you are not going to have a healthcare. If you are not having healthcare, you are not having a good education. If you are not having good education, then you remain poor. So it's a vicious circle that keeps on revolving until and unless you do something for it. So who are the people who have the responsibility to bring changes in the society? It is the world leaders, whether it is the Prime Minister Modi or if I take example of what do you call that, Joe Biden. So these are the powerful people. They have responsibility to look, frame policies in order to bridge that gap which is there, which pandemic has shown us very emphatically, very hard hitting situations that we went through. We were just scrolling through our social media posts, and we saw so many people running from one place to another just for oxygen. So we wanted to help, but we were we felt very stuck in the situation, because we were not able to do anything, even if we were very much aspiring to do something for the people who are struggling and who are having these healthcare issues. So this is all that this report has tried to explain. I hope if you want to read further, you can Google it, Oxfam International. The report name is the Inequality Virus, and it has put some wonderful research and observations that some of you must, I believe, would like to go through it. So this is all from my side about the inequality virus. I hope you got something out of my presentation. Thank you and have a nice day.
So, good evening everyone. Myself Aditya in front of you, and today is our presentation session. So, today I am going to talk about national integration. That is a topic which is generally related to the harmony of a country. Before discussing about this topic, we have to know about the basic of the national integration. National integration refers to the togetherness or the bond of a people with each other in a country, regardless of the caste, color, religion, and gender. National integration is a feeling of brotherhood amongst the people of different community who belongs to the different religion and different society. National integration is very important for a country because it make a country strong and unified despite of the diversity that is prevailing in a country. National integration of a country will be successful in various ways. If a person, if a country have a good national integration, then you will feel that that country is on a right path of development and prosperity. National integration play a very vital role in making a country as a one. It happens only after uniting the each and every section of the society. National integration gives opportunity to each and every person, regardless of the caste, color, religion, and gender. It also gives an equal platform to each and every citizen of a country in terms of economic, social, and cultural development. National integration is also very beneficial for a country to unite the minority section of a country and also give them freedom to live their life with a full freedom, with full dignity, and with full respect in a society. So that was a brief introduction about the national integration. Now, what is the main aim behind the national integration of a country? Why government want a country nationally integrated? There are many reasons in front of us. The first one is to keep the environment better for the people of our society, so that they will develop their skills, they will develop their personality in every aspect. The second thing, that it create a sense of brotherhood in the mind of the people of the different religion. If a person of a particular religion have a respect for the person, for the religion of the other person, then there will be no risk for the internal disputes. It also helps a country to establish the stability in a country, which will result in overall development of any country. So these are the some main aim of a country to become a national integration. Now, what is the advantage of national integration in a country? The first one, that it creates harmony in people. As we all know that national integration improves the relation between the people by improving their bonding, by just abolishing the discrimination on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion. And in this way, the bonding between the peoples get better, and this create a harmony in the society. The second thing, it unites the nation. As we all know that national integration just like spoil every kind of discrimination, every kind of social taboos, every kind of social evils. And in this way, it unites the nation as a one, because it just eliminates the mindset of discrimination from a mind of our peoples. So the people treat themselves as a one, and that will results in the national unity. The third one, it helps in economic development of a country. I mean, you guys must be thinking that how it is going to affect the economic development of any country. Suppose if a country have a less internal dispute, have a less internal problems, that will automatically force, or you can say give a cushion to the government to focus more on the economic development. So these are the some advantages. I just wanted to ask you a question: that is India is a fully national integrated? I mean, we all know that there are different kind of roads are going on in different part of cities, in different part of our country. So I just wanted to request you guys that please respect the religion of any other person. Don't make fun of it. And I mean, please maintain the national integration in the country, because it will be responsible for the development of our country. If you want to be a developed countries like China, like USA and like Russia, you have to become like them. You have to create a national integration like them. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Good evening, one and all. Here, this is Prerna Sinha, as today is our presentation session. So, my today's topic is regarding phobia. So, the term phobia, it means that extreme fear of something. It includes an object or some situation. So fear of anything, like fear from an object or some situation, it means phobia. So the term phobia, it is derived from Greek word phobos, which have its meaning like extreme fear. So what are the cause of phobia, how it happens, and how it is transferred from one person to another. There are mainly three reasons behind phobia. The first reason is it is genetically transferred from their parents to their child, and second one is it can be generated in a person from any cultural event, and the third one is from real life experiences. So when phobia is genetically transferred, like whenever from any of the parents, like from either in a mother or in a father, if there is a phobia, then there is a 15 to 20% of chances that it will transfer into their child. And the second one is culturally the phobia it generate whenever in a cultural situation. And the third one is from life experiences, like someone has faced any tough or any brutal situation they have, which can't be acceptable for them. So it can't be, so the person he is unable to forget that situation, and whenever he or she again come to face that situation, then this kind of fear again start arising into them. and now these are the cows, and and what are the the phobia is categorized into three different ways. The first one is specific phobia, second one is social phobia, and the third one is agoraphobia. So in specific phobia, the person it is phobia, it is fear of any specific object, like fear from heat, fear from water, fear from darkness. So these all comes under specific phobia. And the second one is social phobia. In this phobia, the person fear from going into crowd. The person hesitate the person keep hesitating, like whenever he or she has to face some crowd. And the third one is agoraphobia. This is a kind of phobia when the person feel fear whenever he or he is alone in a crowd, or they don't want to be alone in a crowd or in an open space. So it was all from my side.
Good evening, everyone. This is Karuna Nidhi, and today is our presentation session. And my today's topic is election system and role of political parties. So, simply, election is the process in which people choose their representatives, and then after winning the election, they govern the government. So here there are two types of election. First one is direct election, and second one is indirect election. In direct election, people directly elect their representatives. As we can see, that is the finest example of panchayat or gram sabha. In panchayat and gram sabha, people directly elect their representatives, which is called as I'm forgetting the name. Mukhiya. They directly elect them, and because they personally know that personality, that what kind of person they are, what is the behavior of that person, and by understanding this kind of behaviors, they directly they directly elect their representatives. And second one is indirect election. In indirect election, we elect our representatives indirectly by giving vote, by casting our vote, as we can see in general elections, which is Lok Sabha election and Rajya Sabha elections. As our country is a democratic country, so there are also two types of democracy. First one is presidential, and second one is parliamentary. So in presidential democracy, the head of the country is the president. As in America, the head of that country is their president. And in parliamentary democracy, the head of the country is the president, and the head of the government is our prime minister. In parliamentary system, it has three parts divided in this, which is President, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both have a limited seat. In Lok Sabha there are 545 seats, and in Rajya Sabha there are 245 seats. In Lok Sabha, among 545 seats, 543 seats are chosen by the people, and 2 seats, which is Anglo-Indian, it is chosen by our respective president. And in Rajya Sabha, there are 245 seats, in which 12 members are chosen by our president, and the total of it 245. Okay, so now the two types of election. There are also two types of elections. First one is first past the post system, and second one is proportional representative. So in the first one, suppose that there is a check post and people just have to cross that. They don't need majority. They just have to cross the line. Like if a number of representatives are electing the election, and among them one representatives got the more votes among all of them, then they will win, as we can see in general elections. And second one is proportional representatives. In other terms, we can say that preference voting. It means that all persons get the votes, but on the terms of preferences. Like in Rajya Sabha elections, means every people vote to everyone. Like person A, he has voted a person A in his first preference, but he is voted for person B in his second preference. Then in the conclusion of that, when is the time of result. It is also depends on the process of result that who will win in proportional representations, that is count that which person gets the first represents of all persons, and they will win, as simply we can see in the election of president. So this was all from my side. Thank you.
So peaceful good evening to all present here. I am Satya Anand of Standard 7 here to deliver some topics about regional kingdom 1. First we know about regional kingdom. What is regional kingdom? When a strong king died, means Harshvardhan died in 720 AD, the small regional of kings divided into small pieces of areas. Like first we will talk about Rajput. Rajput is mainly more types, that is Tomars, Chauhans and many more. First of all we know about Rajput. Rajput is a type of caste creed which is a honorable persons who fight for his own family. Rajput claimed that he was Suryavanshi, Chandravanshi, and also a third clan was added, that is Agni Kula, means the family of Agni. The Chauhan of Rajasthan. The Chauhan of Rajasthan, in Chauhan, the Prithviraj Chauhan was most powerful. He ruled over Delhi, Delhi, Ajmer, Ranthambore, etc. Chauhan is most powerful. In 1191 battles, the Muhammad Ghori was defeated because he was not many army to defeated the Prithviraj Chauhans. In 1192 battles, the Prithviraj Chauhan is defeated by the Muhammad Ghori, because when the Prithviraj Chauhan battle in 1191, her army was less, because the Muhammad Ghori killed everyone. He helping for the Kannauj ruler, that is Jaychand. But Jaychand is not help to Prithviraj Chauhan, that case he died. That's all.
Good evening to all of you. This is Nishant Kumar in front of you, and today is our presentation session. So today I have decided my topic is a brief history about the World War II. So first, I am going to speak about what is bad impact of any war. So war. If any country indulges in any war, they have to face the many type of challenges, like economic crisis and of course political turmoil. And if any country indulges in war, and suppose if any country will come for attacking, of course that country will retaliate. And means motto is about what is the main motto of that country. Suppose that country is motto in very bad way, so of course people will start protesting. And in same condition, World War II. World War was basic motto. They want to annexations in another country. So main World War was started from the uh, conflict country that is known as Poland. So first start from the they start attacking on Poland and in two groups, that is Germany and Germany and that time Russia was also involved in Germany group. But after when Germany started annexation more and more country, and after that one day Germany had also started against the Russia, and so of course you know that Russia is a very coldest country, and but Germany's strategy was failed that time. So Russia retaliate in very aggressive, and that time Germany had to face the many problem, and they have lost the many soldiers. And you know that this world war started in 1939, and of course, and it was ended in 1945. In this war, approx 8 crore people died. So it is a huge loss. So any country, if they want to fight any country, so firstly they have to think what is the result if I am going to the fight any country. So in World War was two group men. That one group was Allied group, and the second was second was the I forget that name. But the men group was, both group was very aggressive, and one group was 28 members, and one second group was also approx 10 countries. So after that, but you know that Adolf Hitler was very aggressive leader in that time. So after that they have to face the loss, the many problems, and they commit the suicide. And after the World War II, and of course many countries have to learn from this war. You should not indulge in any war. First you have to understand what is their intention. So thank you. Have a nice day.
Good evening, everyone. I am Ayush, and today is our presentation session. Today, I am not going to talk on any ordinary topic. It is the one of the biggest problem that mankind is dealing in 21st century. My topic is pollution. Pollution is the accumulation of unwanted substance in the air or water or any other natural body, or basically in the environment. Pollutants are the material, the substance which do harm to the environment, which that can be natural, that can be man-made. Natural pollutants can be ashes from the volcano eruption, and natural and man-made pollutants can be there can be lot of man-made pollutants, like smoke from car, or smoke from factories, or the pollution that goes into the river bodies. So pollution can be of many different kinds, but there are three main kind of pollution, that is air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. Starting from the air pollution is the unwanted substance that get accumulated in the air is caused air pollution. It can be from the smoke of the volcano, from the I said before that it can be from the factories. There are a lot of problems that can happen because of air pollution, like it can cause acid rain, that is a harmful rain that cause damage to monuments, a lot of agriculture bodies, land and other things. It can be very fatal for human life because it can cause a lot of health problems uh, like asthma, like lung problems, it can be as fatal as cancer. So to get rid of air pollution, a lot of measures are taken by the government, like many people are switching to electric vehicle uh, instead of instead of the ordinary diesel or petrol one. And there are a lot of other steps like many BS4 or BS6. These kind of uh, things are introduced in the manufacturing of cars to eliminate pollution. And a lot of factories are being made out in the outskirts of the city to get rid of the pollution. The other kind of pollution is water pollution. It is obvious from the name that it can pollute the water. The pollution that can be from the factories, from the household of us. So all these waste materials that goes into the river, they cause water pollution. The best example of water pollution can be the polluted Yamuna river in Delhi. When you go to Delhi, you can see a lot of foam being made up on the surface of the Yamuna because of the pollution. Because of that, a lot of aquatic plants and animals are losing their life. A lot of fishermen which are depend on fishery, they are losing their job, they are losing their income because of that. Third kind of pollution is noise pollution, or that can be from the vehicles that I told earlier, because of the horn, the continuous horn, and from the machineries that run in the factory. It can be from the sound wave of a fighter jet. Noise pollution can also be very harmful because it can tear your eardrums, and it can make you permanently deaf. Other pollution is land pollution. It is also very dangerous because it can pollute the land, which can cause flash floods, and it can also damage the agriculture field. And if you take if you, it can also be man-made, like the pesticides that are added to the plant. So they can cause a lot of health issues in the human body, like they can tear up your intestine, they can cause ulcers and lot of problems. So a lot of organizations from the world are thinking over this problem of pollution, and hope by the next few centuries we can get rid of some excess pollutants that are present in the environment. Thank you.